Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this broadcast of Nettleton Raider Baseball on NTV. So glad to have you joining us on this beautiful afternoon. My name is Craig Miller, and I am joined up here in the broadcast booth by my old ball coach, the legendary Coach Tommy Fowler. And Coach Fowler, this is a pretty good way to be spending a Friday afternoon.
Craig, I don't know where I'd rather be or what I'd rather be doing. What a beautiful day. Field looks great. I'm sure all the kids are excited. It's a beautiful day. What else can we say? Let's play some baseball.
Let's play some baseball for sure. Coach Fowler is the athletic director at Valley View. Valley View is the opponents for the Raiders today. Valley View, the defending 4A state champions. And Coach Fowler, the former coach at Nettleton, and he is the man who built this field and the man largely responsible for the success of the program through the years. Is just an honor to have him in the broadcast booth with us. And anything smart said for the rest of the broadcast will be coming from the mouth of Coach Fowler. I promise you that.
Thank you, Craig.
The starting lineup's about to be announced for both teams. If we can get. There we go. All right, Coach. Live broadcast here. Had to make sure the microphone was working, but the starting lineups for both teams. We'll start with Valley View. Leading off and playing center field is Slade Caldwell. Batting second is the shortstop, Jackson Stotts. Batting third, the first baseman, Grayson Becker. The cleanup hitter, right fielder, Carter Salisbury. The catcher bats fifth. His name is Lawson Ward. Batting sixth and pitching, Preston Watlington. Batting seventh, the first baseman, Cannon Jones. Batting eighth, third baseman, Kason Becker. And batting ninth, second baseman, Ryan Collins. Hold on just one second, Coach. I'll be right back with you. Evidently, we're having some technical issues with the microphone. So. There we go. Now we're going. Coach, I know you're more familiar with that lineup than I am, but a pretty strong lineup for the 4A state champions Valley View Blazers.
It is, Craig. We had an excellent team last year, and we may be a little bit better this year, but you have to go out and play every game, and we'll find out how it goes. But and as we go along today, there's a lot of Nettleton flavor in that Valley View lineup.
I recognize some of those names for sure. How many of those guys are returners from last year, Coach? I know Slade Caldwell, and he is a highly recruited young man.
Yes, he is. Slade was a starter. Jackson was. Grayson, part-time. Lawson was. Cannon was a starter. Kaysen was part-time. So there's about 7 kids that saw ample playing time last year for us.
So 6 returners from a state championship team. Is no wonder that a lot of optimism at Valley View. The starters for Nettleton, Seth Bishop will be leading off and playing first base. Caleb Tedder batting second. He's playing left field. Landon Webb is the shortstop. He bats third. Kobe Miller will be the cleanup hitter. He's designated hitter today. Ken Warren McShann, center fielder, and he bats fifth. Batting sixth is the right fielder, Zach Bishop. Ethan Duffel, the third baseman, bats seventh. Batting eighth is Maddox Hampton, another freshman. He is second baseman. And Will Jensen, the senior catcher, bats ninth. On the mound for Nettleton is Ford Raffo. At this time, we're going to have the playing of our national anthem. It's going to be sung by Nettleton senior Eva Barrett.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof
Outstanding work by Eva Barrett, the Raiders senior. Beautiful job, and Coach Fowler, that's some real talent on display right there.
That is absolutely.
Love it. Love it. I never could sing like that.
I was in the choir, and when we'd go to regional, the choir teacher would come back and say, just a little bit quieter.
Solo.
I got the message. I was a team player, Craig.
Yeah, I know you were. I know you were. Yeah, and we're trying to find somebody to run the scoreboard, which is something that we will get figured out surely in just a second. So we've got everything. It's the opening day, Coach. It's the opening day, and sometimes on opening day some things might get dropped, but they'll get that figured out. Coach and I are going to call the ball game here. The Nettleton defense, left to right. We'll start in the outfield. In the outfield is Caleb Tedder, Ken Warren McShann in center field, Caleb in left, and Zach Bishop is the right fielder. On the infield, getting the start today is Ford Raffo. Ford Raffo, of course, that last name familiar to all baseball fans here in Northeast Arkansas. His father is Tommy Raffo. He is the head baseball coach at Arkansas State University. His son Ford is the youngest of the Raffo children. He is a freshman, and he's getting to start the home opener. What a thrill that's got to be for that young man, Coach.
It is. Anytime a freshman gets to play, much less start on your home opener, I'm sure he's got butterflies, and I'm sure they'll settle down after the first pitch, and I'm sure he'll do a great job.
No doubt about it. To help him in the infield, Ethan Duffel at third base, Landon Webb at shortstop, Maddox Hampton at second, Seth Bishop at first, and Will Jensen behind the plate. So that is the defensive lineup for the Raiders. Behind Ford Raffo, Slade Caldwell, the leadoff hitter and the center fielder for Valley View, steps up to the plate, batting from the left side. And, Coach, I hear an awful lot of good things about this young man, Slade Caldwell.
Slade was instrumental in our run to the state championship last year, Craig. He's a good contact hitter, plus he can run really fast. If he gets on the bases, you can look for him to try to swipe one.
The first pitch is a ball from Raffo, so 1-0 is the count. The 1-0 on the way. Fastball missed just maybe a little bit low, so 2-0 the count for Slade Caldwell, leading off the game for the Blazers. Here's the 2-0. That's a called strike. 2-1 now the count.
Corner on that one, Craig.
And no doubt about it, Coach. 2-1 the count. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Like a fastball on the outside part of the plate. And
was not down the middle, and you keep the ball out of the middle, and most of the time the pitcher will have success if he can just hit the corners.
Here's the 2-2 from Raffo. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and the freshman records the first out of the game by way of the strikeout. First out, and he struck out a highly recruited young man in Slade Caldwell. That's got to make Coach Raffo feel good about his youngest son.
Definitely.
His youngest child, his only son. Jackson Stott steps in. He's the shortstop. First pitch to him is grounded foul past Coach Josh Allison, who was an outstanding baseball player in his own right.
Craig, Josh was a multiple sport person here at Nettleton. Football, baseball, basketball, outstanding every sport he played.
Swinging a ground ball right back to the pitcher, goes through the pitcher. Maddox Hampton tries to field it, and a little bit too late getting the ball over there. Coach, I'll let you score that. I would say
E1.
E1. All right.
Hate to give it to the freshman, but I think you can ask the young man. He thinks he should have made that play.
So Stotts reaches on an error. He stands at first base for Grayson Becker, one of the Becker brothers. Both of them corner infielders. His brother Kaysen, third baseman. Grayson Becker at the plate. The pitch to Becker. That's a strike called on the outside corner. 0-1 the count. And the Becker's father, help me, Coach, is it Jason Becker? Is that? I don't think that doesn't sound right.
It doesn't, and I should know it.
We'll effort it. We'll effort it, and we'll get that information to the folks. I'm sure people probably texting me right now. So runner on first. They got caught leaning over there. Check on him. He's back in time. So 0-1 the count to Grayson Becker. The 0-1 just a little bit low. 1-1 the count. Stotts over there, pretty active off of first base. Ford Raffo, son of Coach Tommy Raffo, Arkansas State University's head baseball coach. He is getting his first start this afternoon. Runner going. Pitch is a ball. The throw down, not in time. It's a stolen base. It gets past the middle infielders, and so cruising into third, Jackson Stotts. We'll call that a stolen base, and I guess an E2, Coach?
Yes, that's what I would say, yes.
Stolen base, E2, and there's a runner on third with one out for the three-hole hitter, the first baseman, Grayson Becker. Next pitch to him is a Steve Wright called. And I believe the count is 1-1, Coach. I could be wrong about that. We having a little bit of trouble getting a scoreboard operator up, and I rely on that scoreboard to keep me up with the count. In any event, the next pitch to Becker, just outside. It looked like Will Jensen tried to frame it, but did not get the call. Umpires Brian Purcell behind the plate, Stan Brown in the field, and we appreciate the boys in blue. That's not an easy job, Coach.
No, it's not an easy job. It's infield's drawn in early in the game. That's kind of a little bit surprising, Craig. But we all coach different. There's no doubt about that.
Ball is fouled out of play. Well, I guess in a situation like this, when they bring the infield in, it makes you think the coaches think that the runs are going to be at a premium today.
Exactly.
Payoff pitch on the way. Swinging another foul back out of play. That's going to land maybe on top of Raider Jim, and we will do it again. We are scoreless in the top of the first inning, but the Blazers threatening early as Jackson Stotts reached on an error, stole a base, advanced to third on the throwing error, and he is 90 feet away from the first score of the game. Here's the payoff pitch, swinging a fly ball to right field. Ranging over is Bishop, and it's a foul ball just to the right of the first base line, and that wasn't foul by much, Coach.
No, it was close. Right-handed hitter, ball hit to right field. Naturally has a little tail to it. Fell foul.
Thought off the bat that Bishop may have a chance at it, but it just kept on telling. Here's the 3-2 pitch once again. Ball outside, and that's going to be a one-out walk to Grayson Becker. It's going to put runners at the corners with one out for the cleanup man, Carter Salisbury, the right fielder. And, Coach, they're going to give him the old free pass. It looks like, well, now he's not. Now they're not, actually. He threw his bat like he was going to be intentionally walked. Maybe he just assumed they were going to intentionally walk him.
I think when the catcher got up to give the sign on what they're going to do in this first and third situation, I think the batter thought that they were going to put him on first, Craig.
You know, I never got intentionally walked.
I didn't either. I got intentionally pitched too many times. I got him leaning right there.
Check on him, and he's able to slide in safely. And that is Kobe Miller over there at first base. He was listed as a designated hitter, but he is out in the field playing first base, and that's a throwing error over his head. Kobe's tall, but not that tall. So another error on the Raiders, and it allows the first run to score. It's 1-0 Valley View with an unearned run. The runner reached on an error. He advanced to third on an error, and he went home on a throwing error.
That's coaches will tell you can't give them extra outs, and actually, the ball back to the pitcher. He'll make that play 9 out of 10 times, or 99 out of 100 times probably. And but he needs to put it past him and move on, and just now, focus on the hitter here.
Well, that puts a runner on second base. Grayson Becker at second for Salisbury. Count 2-0 to Salisbury. The 2-0 pitch gets away from the catcher. He bounced it up there, and advancing to third on the wild pitch is Grayson Becker. He's there with one out. Jensen tried to get over and block it, but it was just a little bit too far to the right. It sounded like it hit the shin guard and bounced over to the Raider dugout.
It's kind of one of those in-between hops, bounced a little bit further, and it came up and got him off the shin guard and went to the dugout area.
The 2-0 is a little bit outside, so 3-0. Anytime it bounces, it's scored a wild pitch. That's not the catcher's fault. I don't think it's ever the catcher's fault when the ball gets by him.
Every once in a while.
I'm an old catcher myself. I'm a little bit partial to them. Carter Salisbury walks, and that's going to put runners at the corner once again for the Blazers with one out. For Lawson Ward.
That's a name you should recognize. That's his dad played here for me at Nettleton.
Was Brian Ward.
Brian Ward.
He was the catcher on that really good team,
yes.
01.
Yes, very good. And Lawson's following these footsteps. He's a catcher for us. And pitches a little bit, too.
I hate to see all these Valley View kids following footsteps away from Nettleton. That's what I don't like to see. There's a lot of Nettleton names over there on that starting lineup. Runner goes, throwing it high to the pitcher.
Good.
They got him hung up at third. Back at third, and he is back safely. So stolen base for Salisbury puts runners at second and third with one out for the Blazers. They had him over there on third. Coach is unable to.
Excellent call by the coaching staff there at Nettleton. They threw it high to the pitcher. He went up, got it, and unfortunately he hesitated just a split second, and that split second gave the time for the runner to stick his hand back in.
Pitch was called a strike, so here's the 0-1. Ball a little bit low and outside to Lawson Ward. Runners at second and third, one out. Valley View with a 1-0 lead over the Raiders here in the home opener. Nettleton coming in 0-1 as they lost at Mountain Home. 1-1 the count. The 1-1 pitch is outside. 2-1 now the count to Lawson Ward. And you got to figure with a freshman starter, one thing that he's dealing with is a little bit of butterflies in the belly.
Yeah, he got off to a great start striking out Slade, and obviously the error hurt him, and now it's kind of spiraling downward. He just needs to gather himself and get his control back. And any coach will tell you, Craig, if those strikes make him hit it, give us a chance. And he will. I'm sure he will.
Well, he pulls even with that delivery. 2-2 now the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out to Lawson Ward. Runners on second and third. Blazers up 1-0. Ford gets the sign from Willie Jensen, the Raider catcher. Kicks and fires the 2-2, swinging a foul ball out of play. Over toward Brian Webb. Sitting over there. He's actually standing now, Coach. Raider legend.
Another Raider who was an excellent player in all 3 sports. Brian Webb.
Well,
multi-sport.
As an athletic director, you got to love that, those 3 sport athletes.
You do.
Here's the 2-2. Ball outside. He's trying to catch that outside corner. Just a little bit too far outside. That makes the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out to Lawson Ward. Ford Raffo gets the sign he wants from Will Jensen. Here's the payoff pitch. Ball just outside, and that will load the bases for the pitcher, Preston Watlington. Number 29, and Coach, that's a senior Watlington, young man that I don't know that well. I don't know him at all, honestly, but he's getting the start on the mound today and coming up with a chance to help himself.
He does. He is one that has endured to the program. He's stayed with it and battled and worked his way into start today. And hopefully good things will happen. Hopefully he'll throw the ball well and maybe move up the pitching just another notch.
The coach Nettleton's coach, Preston Despain, with the bases loaded, wants to have a talk with his infield. And we had a courtesy runner who run out. I believe that was number 16 that ran out. We'll give you his name. That's Keats Grantham. Is that right?
Keats Grantham.
Grantham, okay, and that's a Brooklyn name right there, Keats Grantham. It's I knew Brian Grantham played against us back in the 80s, Coach. I don't know if he's any relation.
Don't think that's a relation. Okay. He came in from Mississippi about 4 years ago.
Okay.
He's about 6'4", good-looking young athlete. Played football for us and pitchers for us, and so, yeah. And he could be related, but I'm not for sure, Craig.
Gotcha. Well, he is the courtesy runner, which is I guess that's a rule unique to high school baseball. You can send in a runner at any time for your pitcher or your catcher. I guess the idea is to speed the game along, Coach.
It is, but sometimes getting them in and getting them out kind of slows the game.
Watlington, the pitcher, at the plate. And as we said, he has a chance to help himself. Bases loaded, 1 out. Ford Raffo from the stretch, kicks, fires. Steve Wright called, and he is ahead in the count on Watlington. Whatever Coach Despain said must have worked.
The corners are in, third and first are in. Ball hit straight to them. I'm sure they'll come home. And the two guys up the middle are looking maybe to turn a double play. The infield is back up the middle and in at the corners there, Craig.
That is Webb and Maddox. And it's a ground ball up the middle. See if the Raiders can get 2. They're able to get 1, so we'll call that a fielder's choice. 4-6 on the putout, but a run does score, and that makes the score 2-0. Valley View up. An RBI ground out by Preston Watlington.
You got him an RBI.
And that adds to the Valley View lead, 2-0. And I believe they have a courtesy runner for Watlington on number 19. The courtesy runner. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Up to the plate is Cannon Jones. Now, Cannon Jones, the first pitch to him, runner goes. This time they throw down to third, and he is back safely, is Salisbury. Cannon Jones, I believe that is that Barry Jones's son?
That's my boss's son.
There you go. You better talk good about him.
Mr. Jones is a great person to work for. I work out of his building. He was a 4-year player at Harding University. He's a West Side product, and we're not going to hold that against him.
Not at all.
Nettleton people or the Valley View people will not hold that against Coach Jones is what I still call him. He was an excellent coach out there.
Well, that's a great family. His
it is.
Cannon's Uncle Bart and I were good friends. We played American Legion baseball together, and he has a base hit. 1 run is in. Another run rounding third. The throw home is cut off. So Cannon Jones with a 2-run RBI single. He makes the score Valley View 4, Nettleton 0.
The ball was hit on the line, and Cannon drove in both runs. Cannon's brother is one of our coaches, Dustin.
Yes.
Starter at ASU for 4 years.
Yes, great player.
Outstanding, Craig.
Runner at first, 2 down. Valley View has plated 4 here in the first. First offering to Kason Becker is a high strike, high in the zone, but called a strike. 0-1 now the count to him. And his brother, Coach Jones, helped Valley View to a couple of state championships back in his playing days.
Yes, he did.
1-0 is a ground ball to the shortstop. Landon Webb throws across and records the out, but Valley View plates 4, and we go to the bottom of the first with the Blazers leading 4-0. We'll be back in 60 seconds with the second inning. Raider Baseball on NTV. First brought Alex in to help us increase Raider pride. Some people thought we were crazy.
You said this was the best school out here. Man, what a load of...
A load of what, Midge?
Hi, Alex.
Oh, hey, Lily. You saw receptor!
But since Alex has been with us, Raider pride has gone up 89%.
The bell rang 20 minutes ago, Karen! If I catch Raider pride slacking, I'ma give out a smacking. You can't hide from me, baby! Woo!
Noticed it when he started school here at Nettleton.
There he is.
Who's got that Raider pride? We've got that Raider pride, brother. Raider pride, brother.
So we're going to pick up today chapter 23. Can anybody tell me what page that's on?
89.
Salo, why are you the way that you are?
But you know, some of the stuff he does is actually pretty cool.
Here's Jimmy. Who's Jimmy?
Raider Pride can't save you from becoming Mr. Miller, but it can give you the best high school experience ever. Raider Pride is justified.
And we welcome you back to this broadcast of Nettleton Raider Baseball on NTV. Craig Miller and Coach Tommy Fowler in the broadcast booth. I'm so glad to have you watching along. Maybe you're at work watching. Maybe you've made it home already. It's a great night at the ballpark. It'd be a good chance for you to come out and watch some great high school baseball action. But if you can't do that, we're glad to have you watching along at home. It's 4-0 as we go to the bottom of the first. Seth Bishop leads off for the Raiders. Grounds the ball third base. It is a fair ball. The throw across has got him. And, man, that was an outstanding play by Valley View third baseman Kason Becker.
Backhand it going to the line, hop up, and a strong throw to first. Right in the numbers.
That's Becker to Cannon Jones over there. I believe that's right. Grayson Becker is left fielder and Cannon Jones the first baseman. But you're right. He laid out and jumped up and fired a BB across the diamond. Great play over there by Kason Becker. That brings up Caleb Tedder, the left fielder. First pitch to Tedder is a fastball outside, and it looks like Watlington's throwing with pretty good velocity out there, Coach.
Looks like he has good velocity. Looks like he's throwing a little bit like a catcher, maybe short-arming it a little bit, but there's been guys that made the big leagues that's been able to do that.
That's a strike. It's 1-1. The last time the Cardinals won the World Series, it was closed out by a catcher who converted to a pitcher, kind of threw it short arm. Jason Mott was an awfully good closer.
He had a little velocity.
Yes, he did. Something tells me he threw the ball down to second base harder than I did.
No, Craig, you got it down there.
It might have bounced 2 or 3 times, but it eventually got to second base. 2-1 the count to Caleb Tedder. Swinging a pop fly on the infield, the second baseman, that's Collins. Ryan Collins calls everybody off and makes the play. So 2 up, 2 down for the Raiders. And that brings up Landon Webb, the senior shortstop, 3-hole hitter, and the son of the great Brian Webb. And I remember your days, your first couple of years of coaching here at Nettleton, you would pencil in Webb, number 3 in the batting lineup, shortstop. So it's deja vu all over again.
Well, I tell you what, he was a good one for us. He was a good one.
Swing and a ground ball to the third baseman, Becker. Fires across the diamond, and the Raiders go 3 up, 3 down here in the bottom of the first. We've played one. Your score, Valley View 4, Nettleton 0. Back in 60 seconds and more Raider baseball on NTV.
They say being a Raider is about more than just going to school. They say being a Raider is about our community, about tradition. Kindergarten at Nettleton is about teachers that I love, learning that is fun. It's really about pride in what we do and who we are becoming. Raider pride is justified. Raider pride forever.
That whatever it takes for every child, but really we mean that. You know, it's not something that we just say, and we don't take that lightly. At the end of the day, I want them to love school. I love and appreciate that our school is willing to go above and beyond to do whatever we can to teach them. But my bottom line goal is to teach them to love school and love learning and become a lifelong learner, just like I try to be.
And we welcome you back to Raider Baseball on NTV. Second inning about to get underway. Their score is Valley View 4, Nettleton 0. And leading off for Valley View will be Ryan Collins. He's the second baseman. He bats ninth. And he will be in the box facing Ford Raffo, the freshman starter for the Raiders. He squared around a bunt, pulled back, and it's a ball outside, 1-0 the count. Now right there, Coach, is Collins trying to bunt for a hit, or is he just?
Yeah, that's a good question. Normally, it looked more like just a fake bunt, maybe the way he approached the ball. Usually, a right-hand hitter will drop his right foot back, but he kind of squared all the way around, just kind of showing it, probably taking a pitch, see what it looked like.
2-0 the count to Collins from Ford Raffo. This time he is bunting. It's a good bunt to the third
Excellent
baseman.
bunt.
Ethan Duffel fires across the diamond, but not in time to get Ryan Collins. So that's an infield single, a bunt single by Ryan Collins. And the Blazers have their leadoff man on here in the top of the second inning. That'll bring up the top of the lineup in the person of center fielder Slade Caldwell. He struck out in his first at-bat, and he stands in for the second time against Raffo. Raffo with a check on the runner and a glance over on the runner. Here's the first pitch to him. Runner is going. Jensen fires it down there. It's not in time, so a stolen base for Ryan Collins running on the first pitch. Valley View aggressive on the base pass today.
Nice play by the shortstop. The throw was kind of a short hop. He picked it, put the tag on. It could have went either way.
I would have called him out.
Ooh. He might have, I guess time was called. He stepped forward as he was trying to call time. That was almost a balk.
Will Jensen with a runner on second base. I'm sure he's probably going over the signs with Raffo, making sure they're on the same page.
Yes.
You don't want to get crossed up, that's for sure. First pitch to the leadoff hitter, Slade Caldwell. Time is called. I guess Caldwell requested time right there. The umpire granted it to him right as he was starting his motion.
It's always a tough call for an umpire. And hitters get frozen in there and they want out, so it's just a very difficult call sometimes.
The 0-0 pitch is fouled off of the net here at Raider Field. Coach, back in our day in the late 80s, what we would have given for a beautiful field like this.
Yes. The coaches here at Nettleton and the administration and the school has done an excellent job of putting a great facility out.
No doubt about it. Very proud of it. The 0-1 pitch on the way. Swinging a shot to center field. Ken Warren McShann right there makes the play. Bobbled a little bit, but I believe it was a bobble on the transfer, Coach.
It was.
That is the first out of the inning. So runner on second, one out for Jackson Stotts. Stotts is the shortstop, and he got the scoring started for Valley View in the first. He reached on an error, stole a base, advanced to third on a throwing error, and scored on a throwing error on a pickoff attempt at first base. He stands in with a runner on second, one out. Shows bunt, pulls back, and takes ball one high.
Coach Dustin Jones works with our base runners. We're very aggressive on the bases. It wouldn't shock me that we'll try to steal third, a fake bunt steal or something here. They like to run, and they can run. He's got him going back.
The 1-0 is high. 2-0 the count to Stotts as Raffo missed 2 times in a row upstairs. Freshman shows a lot of poise out there for a ninth grader making his first start. Ford Raffo. Here's the 2-0. Bounces up there. Will Jensen did a nice job of keeping it in front, keeping Ryan Collins from advancing to third. 3-0 now the count to Stotts with the 3-hole hitter Grayson Becker on deck. Here's the 3-0. It's high, and he walks him on 4 pitches. So Jackson Stotts reaches base for the second time. Reached on an error in the first inning and walks, puts here in the second Puts runners on first and second for Grayson Becker. Coach Despain comes out to make a mound visit.
I think that's his second time. I think they get 4 before they have to be removed.
Okay, I
In
wasn't
high school, I'm not for sure. I umpired a little bit. Used to know all the rules. Unfortunately, age not only it does a lot of different things to you, and memory's one of them. I don't remember as well as I used to.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what the rule was. I knew there was some rule. You make 2 visits, you got to take them out or whatever.
In high school, that's not the case unless they have changed it. You can make 2 visits in 1 inning in high school. And
well, this is the second visit in 2 innings for Coach Despain to
are they changing pitchers?
Visit with Ford Raffo, and it looks like Landon Webb may be going in to pitch.
Yes. And if that's the case, that's not counted as a visit.
Yep, that is Landon Webb. So Raffo is coming out, and he is. I tell you what, let's do. Let's take a 60-second break, and we'll figure all the changes. Raffo is heading to the outfield, it looks like. So Landon Webb will be the pitcher for Nettleton. We'll take a 60-second break, and we'll unwrap it when we get back. Back in the 60s with more Raider baseball on NTV.
Nettleton Raiders present Messing with Miller.
There he is. Let's get him. Let's go get that jabroni. Y'all check this out.
Nettleton High School, feed your Raider pride.
The game on Friday night?
No, why would I do that? The Raiders suck.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going either.
Just you know why you and
Raider pride is justified.
will by and by.
We welcome you back to Raider Baseball on NTV. Landon Webb, the new pitcher. New shortstop is Maddox Hampton. Second baseman, Seth Bishop. Left fielder is Zach Bishop. And coming out of the game is Caleb Tedder. He may be in the lineup. We'll see. In any event, curveball from Webb is a strike called. First and second, 1 down here in the top of the second. 0-1 now the count to Grayson Becker. Landon Webb jumps ahead in the count. That's got to make his proud father, Brian Webb, very happy out there on the right field bleachers. Here's the 0-1. And a runner steal. That's a double steal, and I believe they stole that one off of the pitcher, Coach.
Yes, he got a good jump, and the catcher unfortunately couldn't do anything about it. He got kind of a walking lead and never slowed down, and once the motion started home, he was off and running.
The 1-1. Tap right back to Webb. They got him hung up between third and home, and he is out. So a base running mistake there for Collins, and that's going to be where the game play is still live. Let's see if we can't figure out how we're going to score that, Coach. The runner, who Grayson Becker, we'll call it a fielder's choice, 1-2 on the putout, but he advanced to second.
He advanced to second, Craig.
And Stotts advanced to third.
Yes.
Okay.
And Grayson got to second on the throw to the plate, and there was a little bit of a hesitation. Uh-oh.
That's a pass ball right there. Gets past Willie Jensen, and run is going to score. So Stotts scores on the pass ball, and that makes the score 5-0 Valley View. Becker advances to third on the pass ball. Was a little bit to the right and a little bit wide, but I sure would score that a pass ball myself, Coach.
It was not in the dirt. He did probably outside of his knee, but he'll tell you he should have had that ball.
Like a breaking ball, stayed up.
Yes.
So 1-0 the count to Carter Salisbury. He walked in his first at-bat, stole a base, and came around and scored in the first inning. The 1-0 to him. Swinging a tap down the third base line, and it's going to go foul. Ethan Duffel snares it to the left of the foul line, so 1-1 now the count. Coach, do you miss coaching baseball?
I miss being around it. And I miss being around the kids more than anything, to be honest with you. I love being around the kids.
2-1 now the count to Carter Salisbury.
That's why I had to ask one of our coaches to print me off a roster. I just don't know the kids as well as I need to and I want to. And not only baseball, but all of our athletes out at Valley View.
Administrative role, that's one bad thing about it. 3-1, it's a foul ball. Started to say foul tip. My father-in-law would correct me on that. He would say it's not a foul tip unless the catcher catches it. So
it's a foul ball.
Foul ball makes it full count. Danny White, great umpire and great coach.
I was fortunate to be able to work with Danny quite a bit during some times a few years back.
Payoff pitch is a foul back. He's a good father-in-law, really is. And
he's a good person. He's a good umpire. I really enjoyed it.
His daughter is running camera for us tonight. Lindsay used to be Lindsay White. When she married me, she changed her last name to Miller, and she's running camera.
Has she been to an optometrist back in that day, Craig?
She needs to go see Patrick Fowler. Steve Wright called. Steve Wright called. That was a good pitch. And Landon Webb, he didn't pitch at all last year. His arm was a little bit sore, but he comes in and works out of a jam, does a very good job, reminiscent of his father.
That's right. Excellent job.
The Blazers do pick up one run, and they lead 5-0 as we head to the bottom of the second inning. We'll have it for you in 60 seconds. Raider Baseball on NTV.
Always heard Raider Pride's justified, so I decided to check it out for myself. Let me tell you, it's the truth. You've probably seen the Raider Pride ad.
Hey, you tired of being a nerd at every other school? Well, come down to Nettleton, you big-headed fool. 4201 Chieftain Lane. Good sports, good clubs, and good food. Make you want to slap your mama, don't it, Dalen?
Yeah, boy. Hey, mom, what you want?
There's only one school like Nettleton. Raider Pride so good, make you want to slap your mama.
Claire, did you hear about that new hire?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, apparently she's from Nettleton, so she's got to be stupid.
Just you know why you and I will by and by.
Raider Pride is justified.
No.
And we welcome you back to Raider Baseball on NTV. The Valley View Blazers have a 5-0 lead over Nettleton as we go to the bottom part of the second inning, bottom half of the second inning. Colby Miller will be leading off for the Raiders. He's playing first base today. Ken Warren McShann and Zach Bishop. And they will be going up against the right-hander from Valley View, Preston Watlington. He was perfect in the first inning, so I'm going to go ahead and jinx him. He's got a no-hitter going.
Yeah. I'm not keeping up with pitches, but I don't think he probably threw over 12, 15 pitches, which always makes coaches happy.
Absolutely. Keep those pitch counts down. Colby Miller stands in. He bats left. He throws left, does everything left. First pitch to him, fastball, and he takes a hack at it, but it's fouled away over by the Nettleton PAC past the left field line.
Craig, your son's a good-looking athlete. Good-looking athlete.
He's got good genetics on his mother's side. Here's the 0-1. Fastball missed inside, a little bit low. He's a lot bigger than I was, Coach.
He is. He's a nice-looking athlete.
He's
big thighs, big legs. Upper body looks good.
Here's the 1-1. He swings through it, and it's 1-2. Yeah, I think his legs are about as big around as my waist was back in '89.
Looked like Preston might have taken a little off of that. I don't know.
Here's the 1-2. Ball a little bit low and outside. 2-2 the count to Raider left-handed first baseman Kobe Miller. He is a very good young man. He's never caused us an ounce of trouble.
Good.
We're very proud of Kobe. He's a good young man. And here's the 2-2. A breaking ball. And
good job of laying off. That ball came in and went straight down, and he was able to hold up.
I'd say that's an advantage a left-handed hitter has, Coach. I know you threw right and hit left, and they get a little better look at that right-handed curveball. Here's the payoff pitch, swinging a ground ball right back up the middle. The pitcher has it, runs it over, and he retires Kobe 1-3. That's the first out of the inning and brings up Ken Warren McShann, the Raider center fielder.
Next up, number 5, Ken Warren McShann.
McShann was a starting wide receiver on the football team this year, Coach. And, boy, what a great football season we had here at Nettleton.
You had your team was outstanding. Your coaching staff did a great job with those kids. And what y'all win? 1-2 games in the playoffs?
We won one
game.
Won the first game, yes, sir, and then we run into Little Rock Christian, and they were just a little bit too tough for us. Here's the 1-0. That's a bunt that goes foul, 1-1 the count.
You won't have to worry about Little Rock Christian next year. They'll be 6A in football.
They will be. They've been bumped up, and I assume Pulaski Academy bumped up as well.
They both of those predominantly outstanding football programs are moving to 6A out of 5A, and they're both private schools.
Here's the 1-1 breaking ball, beauty, and it drops in for a strike, and that was a knee buckler right there.
Yes, it was. Nice. Had some nice spin and rotation. Went down.
Good pitch there by Watlington, and it's 1-2 to Kenny Mack. Ken Warren McShann swinging a miss. He struck him out, and that is the first strikeout of the day for Watlington, but it is the 5th batter retired out of 5. He still has that no-hitter going, still trying to jinx him, Coach. That brings up Zach Bishop, who's playing left field for the Raiders, and he steps up with bases empty, 2 outs. Watlington, first offering to him. It's a ball in the dirt, 1-0 the count.
Coach Allison's got to be pleased with Preston so far. He's thrown the ball, thrown strikes, had a little velocity on it.
Well, he has definitely been effective, and he's behind in the count 2-0. I believe this is the first time the whole game he's been behind in the count.
I think you're correct, Craig.
Here's the 2-0 to Zach. Swinging a ground ball right back up the middle. Preston Watlington, perfect through 2. He flips the ball over to the first baseman, Cannon Jones, and the Raiders go down in order for the second time. We've played 2. You score Valley View 5, Nettleton 0. Third inning when we come back. You've tuned in to Raider Basketball on NTV.
Say that whatever it takes for every child, but really we mean that. You know, it's not something that we just say, and we don't take that lightly. At the end of the day, I want them to love school. I want them to love and appreciate that our school is willing to go above and beyond to do whatever we can to teach them. But my bottom line goal is to teach them to love school and love learning and become a lifelong learner, just like I try to be.
I'm a little bit country.
I'm a little bit rock and roll.
I love the height of feeling of a great drop.
When I sing my alma mater, I feel it all night long.
I love my school with all my heart and soul.
I know I'm gonna be all right.
Wherever I go.
I'm a little bit country.
And a little bit rock and roll.
Are you worried about losing your Raider pride? Then you need Raider Pride Alert. Just press the button on the Class of '89 Spirit Stick, and we will send help immediately.
Raider Pride Alert. Help!
And we welcome you back to Raider Field. Beautiful day outside, great day for baseball, and the Valley View Blazers, as we enter into the top of the third inning, they have a 5-0 lead over the Raiders. Landon Webb at the plate. Ford Raffo got the start, and Landon came in relief of him. And he's first pitch is a called strike. And, Coach, I've been impressed with the way Landon Webb's been throwing the ball here today.
That's a good pitch right there. Had a little break on it and caught the outside corner. And anytime you can keep it out of the middle of the plate, you got a chance for success. Another pitch, same spot. Good pitch.
He's way ahead in the count now on Lawson Ward, the Blazer catcher, son of Brian Ward, a great catcher for some outstanding Nettleton teams back around the turn of the century. A little ground ball to the first baseman, Kobe Miller. He fields it and takes it himself. And so the leadoff man, Lawson Ward, is retired by Webb. That'll bring up the pitcher, Preston Watlington. He hit into a fielder's choice in his first at-bat, eventually come around to score the 4th run for the Blazers.
I actually think it's courtesy runner that came in for him and scored, but we always forget about that, Craig.
We sure do. You're exactly right. That was the courtesy runner, and I believe that was Grantham maybe who.
I think so.
Somewhere out there, Dale Lipford is screaming, you got to give the courtesy runner the credit. 2-0 the count. Dale was always my courtesy runner. On the rare occasion I got on base.
Craig, you were a lot better than that. It's a base hit up the middle, isn't it?
It sure is. The 2-0 pitch, he turned it around, and Watlington with a 1-out single. He's trying to help his own cause from the plate. That brings up Cannon Jones. And Cannon had a single in the first inning. And I believe that drove in 2 runs, Coach. A 2 RBI
yes, it
single.
Did. There's a line drive to right field. Looks like we got Carson Turley. Runs really well. Our quarterback in football is courtesy running.
Yeah,
so he might have.
Coach, as long as I can remember, there's been a Turley at Valley View, and they've all been good ball players.
Good people, good ball players.
And Carson is
He's
part
right
of
in
that
the mold.
long
He's
line.
right in the mold of all of them. Good one.
Cannon Jones at the plate. He is going. It was a pitch low and away. Will Jensen did everything he could to get the ball down there quickly, but that's a stolen base for Turley. So runner on second, 1 down for Cannon Jones. I believe that was a ball.
It was, Craig.
So there's a fly ball to right field. Ford Raffo ranges over, makes the catch. The runner tagging from second to third. The throw in is not in time. So advances the runner, does Cannon Jones, on a fly ball to right field. Second out of the inning. Runner on third, second, and 2 down for Kason Becker. A productive out.
It was. Kason made that good play to lead off, good fielding play to lead off the game
right.
Against the Raiders.
He grounded to short his previous at-bat. Here's the first pitch to him. Ball just a little bit outside. Coach, it's 0-1 should be the count.
How many outs do we have, Craig?
2 down.
2 down, okay.
2 down, yes, sir.
Breaking ball looked like it hung up a little bit.
And, Coach, I have lost track of the count, but I
think
believe
it's
that's
3-0.
3-0. Okay,
I think
3-0
it is.
to Becker.
According to the umpire, that's what it is.
Okay, 3-0 the count. To Kason Becker, the 3-0. He was taken, and that's a strike from Webb. 3-1 now the count. There's a 3-1. Ball outside. That's going to put runners at the corners for Ryan Collins. Collins had a bunt single in his previous at-bat last inning. Was cut down trying to score on a ground ball on the infield. So runners at the corners and 2 outs. 1-0 the count to Ryan Collins. Runners at the corners, runners not going. That's a called strike.
Very good pitch right there.
Painted the outside corner. Landon's father, Brian Webb, I guess he probably would have been our third or fourth arm back in the late 80s. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Fortunately, we didn't have to pitch him much. He was solid at short.
Yes.
But the time that we did pitch him, he came through with flying colors. I'll never
No
forget
doubt
it
about
against Poplar Bluff, Missouri. Outstanding team, and he might have shut him out, might have gave him one run, but he did a super job that night.
Shut him out. Here's the 1-2, swinging a foul ball back to the backstop. Yes, he shut him out, and I'll tell you, we had John Moore, Ross Darby, a couple of outstanding starters in front of him.
Mitch Behringer was
Mitch
in there.
Behringer was phenomenal.
Yep.
But that was the best game I caught all year long.
No doubt.
Brian Webb, he was just on that night, just a competitor.
Just wonder why the coach didn't pitch him more.
Here's the 1-2, just missed outside. Pretty good idea by Webb, trying to get him to chase, but ball outside, and a good job by Will Jensen keeping that ball from going to the backstop.
Excellent job. Keep that runner held at third there on blocking the ball that was in the dirt. He's done a good job tonight.
Here's the 2-2 to Ryan Collins. Runner goes this time, and this time he just throws it back to the pitcher. So puts runners at second and third. Kason Becker will give him a stolen base. Runners at second and third, 2 outs. Full count to Ryan Collins. Here's the payoff pitch. Swinging a pop fly on the infield. Let's see if it stays in. Will Jensen, he makes the catch.
Nice job.
Into the backstop, and Will Jensen with an acrobatic catch, and he retires the Blazers. And I'm glad that's Will Jensen out there catching, not Craig Miller. I don't think I could have got to that one, Coach.
Well, that's one of the toughest plays in baseball is for a catcher when it's hit behind him, and he's got to get rid of his mask. He's got to go, and he's fighting a fence and netting and everything else. Outstanding play.
So the Blazers go quietly for the first time. They go scoreless in the top of the third inning. Heading to the bottom of the third, you score Valley View 5, Nettleton 0. Back in 60 seconds with more Raider baseball on NTV.
Raiders, bum ba bum 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 bum.
Did you hear that? Yeah, it sounds like we're in a Raider Pride ad. That means something awesome's about to happen.
Raider Pride, brother. Fire the thing in here. Dinger!
Hey, run.
At Nettleton, we got that Raider pride.
Because Raider Pride is justified.
We are Raiders, bum ba bum 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 bum.
What the heck? We welcome you back to Raider Field, where we are in the bottom of the third inning, and your score is Valley View 5, Nettleton 0. Valley View was scored four in the first inning, and that first inning's been tough on the Raiders all year long, Coach. We gave up 4 runs in the first inning against Mountain Home. We're never really able to recover. Gave up 4 runs in the first inning here tonight. If we can get out of the first inning unscathed, we're going to have a better chance of being successful this season.
You will, and the 3 errors did not help any in that first inning.
No doubt about that. Here's the first pitch to Ethan Duffel, the third baseman for the Raiders. Swings the bat pretty well. One of my students in NTV, great young man.
Good.
He caught the other night as Will Jensen had a hamstring injury. Ethan Duffel swings and a little flare to left field. It drops in for a base hit. So Ethan Duffel with the Raiders' first hit of the ball game, a leadoff single here in the bottom of the third inning. Did just enough to get on base. That brings up Maddox Hampton, starting second baseman, starting as a freshman. Maddox Hampton is the son of Coach Stephen Hampton, our head football coach.
Okay.
Coach Despain coming out to have a word with the umpire. I'm not sure exactly what that might have been about, Coach. But
no courtesy runner or no pinch runner, so I don't know what that was about.
The umpire might have been telling him he needed some baseballs or something.
Yeah.
First pitch, swing and a high fly ball to center field. Center fielder coming in, that's Caldwell, and he makes the play and retires Maddox. That's the first out of the third inning, and it'll bring up the catcher, Will Jensen, the runner on first, and one down.
Preston's still doing an excellent job of filling that strike zone up.
He's only allowed one base runner this whole game here in the third inning. A leadoff single to Ethan Duffel. He's on first base. The first delivery to Will Jensen is a strike.
Nice pitch there on the outside part of the plate. The runner at first gave a bluff like he was going.
I believe that's Juan Badillo, who is a pinch runner.
Maybe that's what it was.
That's what it was. Yeah, that's a Juan Badillo who is at first base. Here's the 0-1 to Will Jensen. He is going, and it's a foul ball.
He's wanting to run.
Juan Badillo is very good wheels coach. He was starting.
Could he outrun you, Craig?
Without any kind of a problem.
Could he outrun you backwards?
I'm sure he could. I'm sure he could. He was a starting cornerback for our football team, was named the outstanding defensive back.
Congratulations to him.
And he's playing baseball for the first year, for the first time this year.
You can tell he wants to run.
Yep, and they caught him leaning right there.
Yes, he's got to be a little bit careful there.
But he got back safely.
Yes, he did.
So just an outstanding young man and a good athlete, did a phenomenal job. Had the game-sealing interception in that big game at Wynn. It was Nettleton versus Wynn for the conference championship.
Great job for y'all. Great game for y'all that night.
That was, and I was at home with food poisoning. I didn't get to see it, Coach. Here's the 0-2 to Will Jensen. It's high. Juan Badillo on first base. That was a great night for Raider Nation, and unfortunately I was not able to be there to celebrate the conference championship as my wife and I both were very, very ill. But Juan Badillo had the interception to seal the game. Again, they catch him leaning. The throw over to first base, he is just in safely. And, Coach, I know you've spotted this, but he does have that look about him.
He's wanting to run. He's wanting to run. He's got some happy feet down there. They're bouncing around, and it's just a matter of time before he takes off.
Here's the 1-2 to Will Jensen. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That's the second out of the inning, and it brings up the top of the lineup, Seth Bishop. He bats with a runner on first and two down.
That's a nice pitch by Preston. Breaking ball, starting middle of the plate, ended up low and away, and got the batter to try to swing, and he did, and he missed it.
That old curveball has retired many a batter through the years, hasn't it?
They say the fastball, the good fastball, is still the best pitch in baseball. It always bothered me when they didn't come in there straight.
My strategy on hitting the curveball was let it go by and wait on a fastball.
That's exactly right.
That was my strategy.
That's right. And that's what I try to teach you guys. Let's look for that fastball and lay off everything else. There he goes. You got a good pitch to run on.
He did. And Juan Badillo in safely, gets past the middle infielders, but Caldwell was there to keep Juan Badillo from advancing any further. So stolen base for Juan Badillo puts the first Raider in scoring position of the night.
Nice job by Lawson Ward. Valley View's catcher. The ball was in the dirt. He blocked it, picked it up barehanded, and but the ball was rolled a little bit from him. He didn't have a chance.
Fast runner, Juan Badillo. Here's the 1-1. Swinging a pop fly right back over our head. Actually hit the screen, and a nice catch down there by Caleb Tedder. 1-2 now the count to Seth Bishop. Bishop led off the game with a hot smash down the third base line, and, man, what a great play by Kaysen Becker.
It was.
Dove and threw him out.
You don't see that in high school much.
Here's the 1-2. It's a foul ball. Out of play over the home plate net. If there's a outstanding defensive play, I put a star on it in my scorebook. That's just something I've done over the years, and I definitely put a star on that one.
That's a big star.
Heck of a play by Kaysen. And that's a called strike 3, and Bishop is down on strikes, and the Raiders strand one, but they do get their first base runner of the day. That's a little reason for optimism, Raider Nation. We've played 3 innings. Your score, Valley View 5, Nettleton 0. Back with the 4th inning when we come back after this 60-second break. Raider Baseball on NTV. And we welcome you back to Raider Field, Raider Baseball on NTV. Top of the 4th inning, the score is Valley View 5, Nettleton 0. Top of the 4th inning, 5-0, and Slade Caldwell, the leadoff hitter, will be leading off for Valley View. Ford Raffo got the start for Nettleton, win an inning and a third. Landon Webb has relieved him, and, man, Landon has done a very good job in relief. First pitch to Caldwell just misses outside, maybe a little bit low. Now, Coach, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this Slade Caldwell is highly recruited. Even some SEC schools looking at him. He hits a gapper to left field, and he's on with a leadoff stand-up double. Impressive-looking ball player.
Slade is. He runs well. He hits the ball with authority, and committed to Ole Miss at this particular time.
Ole Miss, outstanding.
Yes.
So congratulations to Slade. And he's got a leadoff double, and that will bring Jackson Stotts up. Jackson is 0 for 1. He's reached twice, reached first inning on an error, and then the second inning he walked. Runner on second, nobody down to Stotts, the Valley View shortstop. Runner's going, and he slides in safely with a stolen base. Thought we might have had a chance at that, Coach. But
yes, the ball was outside, but the catcher's got to be able to step behind and throw behind that hitter.
Swinging a ground ball left side, bleeds through the infield, so that's an RBI single for Jackson Stotts as Slade Caldwell comes across with the 6th run of the game for Valley View. They lead the game 6-0. That was a nice rip there by Jackson Stotts between the third baseman and the
found a hole between the short and the third there. It's the way you used to hit them, Craig. And then blaze down to first base.
Oh, man.
Well, those were some good old days.
We had some good times, I promise you. Runner goes, first pitch, throw down is high, and into second base safely is Jackson Stotts with his 3rd stolen base
Coach
of the game.
Dustin Jones has done an outstanding job with their kids. They're getting a running start, and the pitcher's got to make sure that he makes those runners stop it to give the catcher a chance to throw the runner out.
Here's the 1-0 to Kaysen Becker. Instead, a check on the runner.
Yes.
Controlling that running game, very important, and it starts with the pitcher. I always blame the pitcher anytime somebody stole on me. Grayson Becker also 0 for 1, but he's reached twice, once on a fielder's choice, and he walked in the first inning. He's ahead in the count 1-0. He's the first baseman, bats third in this Valley View lineup, fouls one off of him, and that looked like that might have hurt.
That never feels good, and it happens. Seems like the left-hand hitters more than right-hand hitters, but when it does happen, it stings. It's nothing about it. That ball going straight off the instep or ankle, it's painful.
There's not a lot of meat there to protect that ankle bone. So he walks it off. Tough young man, Grayson Becker. He's back in. The 1-1 count. The 1-1 pitch from Landon Webb on the way. Runner goes. Throw down to third. He's in safely. Another stolen base for the Blazers.
Nice play by the catcher. The ball was up and in, and he did a good job of footwork and made a strong throw. But, again, the runner had a really good jump.
So these Valley View base runners definitely, obviously been coached well. They've been getting good
Coach
jumps
Jones,
on them.
yes, Coach Jones has done an outstanding job with them.
3-1 the count to Grayson Becker. Swinging a fly ball to right field. It is hooking foul, slicing foul, I should say, and it's going to be a full count as Becker comes back to the batter's box. Valley View scored 4 in the first, 1 in the second. And here in the top of the fourth inning, they have plated 1. Runner on third, nobody out, trying to get more. Here's the payoff pitch. Swinging a base hit up the middle. Grayson Becker with an RBI single. Jackson Stotts comes
And you're not
across.
slowing down. They're going to get him a second, Craig.
So he is gunned down at second, and aggressive base running kind of come back to bite the Blazers right there. The center fielder threw him out, right, Coach?
Yes.
Did second baseman or shortstop?
And I was watching Grayson. He was running hard out of the box, and there was no doubt that he was going to try to stretch that into a double, but the center fielder made a nice play and strong throw.
Was that the second baseman or shortstop that made the tag, Coach?
I wish I could tell you.
Okay, we'll give it the shortstop, and we'll watch the replay. If it's wrong, we'll correct it. That's a hit by pitch. Carter Salisbury gets on first base the hard way.
The sore way, right in the back. Fastball in the middle of the back. Don't know what kind of pitch count any of these pitchers are on, but I'm sure both of them are begin to get to where early in the season that coaches will be looking to find somebody else to has a breaking ball a little bit outside there.
Lawson Ward stands in. And I believe he had a single in the first at-bat, Coach. I failed to write down what he did. He grounded out to the first baseman his last at-bat.
I'm the same way, Craig. For whatever reason, I don't have him listed as what he did his first time, but I have him first baseman unassisted on the second time up.
It could be that he walked in that first at-bat, maybe.
Well,
they're paying us to commentate the game, not keep the book, so. Neither one of us.
But, you know, in baseball, that's the thing. A lot of people love keeping a book in baseball. They like to keep up with it. You go to the big league games, college games, and people have scorecards and scorebooks, so they can keep up with things.
Keeps you in the game.
It does do that.
1-2, the count to Lawson Ward. With a runner on first and one down. Webb, check on the runner. Caught him leaning a little bit. Took a little off the throw over there.
Yes, he did. He throwing a bag, and it's going to be a bang-bang play.
Miller able to keep it from getting by him, and runner stays at first base. Runner on first. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here's the 1-2 to Lawson Ward. Runner not going, swinging a foul ball out of play down the right field line. Say a shout out to Jo Beth Webb listening to the game, and she says that Coach Fowler is sounding awfully good on the microphone. We appreciate Jo Beth listening.
What a great athlete she was.
No doubt about it.
Volleyball, basketball, signed with Rice, played volleyball at Rice, finished her career here at ASU, line drive up the middle, off the shortstop's glove.
He knocked it down. They still almost got the runner at first, but that'll be a single for Lawson Ward, and he is at first base with 1 out. Salisbury advanced to second. He was running on the play, and Maddox Hampton just almost made a fine play. If he would have caught that, it would have been a double play. It might have been the reason that he didn't catch it. He might have been trying to throw it before he made the play.
Runner might have distracted him a little.
In any event, runners on first and second, one down, and Landon Webb.
Keith Grantham in to run for Lawson.
The courtesy runner.
Uh-huh.
Landon Webb with his first real trouble that he's faced here. He's facing his counterpart, Preston Watlington. He is 1 for 2 on the day. He has a single, and he hit into a fielder's choice, hit to the second baseman in his first at-bat in the first inning.
Jo Beth is the volleyball coach at Highland.
That's right.
And she's taking that program, and she's taking it. She'll get it to the level that will be as competitive as any school around. Give her time.
No doubt about that. She is one of those people that does good no matter what she puts her hand at. That's a fly out for Watlington to center field. Ken Moore and McShann hauls it in. That's the second out of the inning, and it brings up Cannon Jones. Runners on first and second, 2 down, and Coach, that's one of those almost a nightmare scenario for an umpire right there where it could have been called an infield fly rule.
It was one of those in-betweeners, a high pop, runners at first and second. You don't know what to do, but it all worked out.
They made the right call. Swinging a fly ball to left field.
Oh,
it's over the head of Caleb Tedder. Actually, Zach Bishop, 1 run in. And they cut down the next runner at the plate, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. So we'll call that. Coach, I'll let you score that. Was that an E7 or was that a base hit?
I think he misjudged it. I'm going to give him a hit. And good job by Nettleton on the relays. They got the ball to the third baseman. He makes a good, strong throw. Josh Allison was aggressive running the bases with 2 outs, trying to score the runner from first, and good execution by Nettleton to cut that runner down.
They do score a run on the play, however, and they get 2 in the inning. They lead. Actually, let me back up, Coach. They got 3 in that inning as that run came across there. Right. So we are headed to the bottom of the 4th. Valley View now leads 8-0. Back with more Raider baseball on the NTV. And we welcome you back to Raider Baseball on NTV. Craig Miller joined in the broadcast booth by Coach Tommy Fowler.
Ex-coach.
Current athletic director at Valley View High School, and I know they're taking good care over. They know they got a good man, and he certainly is that, Coach Fowler, and greatest coach I ever played for.
Well, thank you, Craig, but our administration is very good to me. Mr. Brian Russell, our superintendent, he's an outstanding man to work for.
So leading off for the Raiders, I believe, Coach, let me see, that is, I believe that's Raffo. That's Ford Raffo at the plate.
That's a good pitch for Preston. Breaking ball. First pitch was fastball away. Second pitch, breaking ball. Both of them on the outside part of the plate. See what he goes 0-2s. See if they go down. And
breaking ball just outside, and that's good plate discipline by Ford Raffo.
Very good, because that ball was close. That was a good pitch by Preston and good discipline by Ford.
He picked that spin up.
Yes.
And that's something that a lot of high school players ain't very good at doing. Here's the 1-2, swinging a hard ground ball to the third baseman. He gathers, he throws across the diamond, and another outstanding play over there by the third baseman. That's Kaysen Becker.
Kaysen has shown an exceptionally strong, accurate arm so far. He's had 3 or 4 plays, and he's hit Cannon in the hat with the ball on strong throws.
Well, he has definitely got the arm for that position as he threw that thing with some authority across the diamond. That'll bring up Landon Webb. He is the shortstop for the Raiders and bats in the 3-hole. Bases empty, 1 down. First pitch to him is a Steve Wright call.
Popping that mitt, Preston, still popping that mitt.
Yeah, Watlington in his 4th inning of work, he's only allowed 1 base runner. Here's the 0-1 to Webb. Well, that one just missed outside. Good eye there by Landon.
Did Landon play football?
He did not play football.
Did not.
His father was an outstanding football player here.
Coach Dover will tell you he'd probably be one of the most hard-nosed players that came through Nettleton.
Inside curveball is a strike. I will attest to that. I wasn't very good at football, Coach. I was on the scout team, and so I had to go up against Brian Webb.
Whew.
And he didn't.
Trying to tackle Brian was trying to tackle a bowling ball. He ran hard. He ran low. That ball's hit shot. Oh, nice play.
Nice play there by Collins, and he retires.
That ball was hit sharp.
He hit that ball hard, but they had him played right.
They did. They had him played perfect. That ball shot out there to him, and
Ryan Collins with a nice play. And that'll bring up Kobe Miller, the cleanup hitter for the Raiders. His dad never did get to bat cleanup. I was always in the Final Four, which is
some people had to be there.
As Tommy Fowler Jr. and Jeff Wicker and Brian Carter would say, that was a genius strategy by Coach Fowler. He would backload the lineup, put the most feared hitters in the Final Four positions. The Final Four. That was a genius strategy by you, Coach.
I saw Brian last night. He was out at the soccer matches, and it's always good to visit with my ex-players, you and Brian, and Brian Webb down there. I'll say something to him before the games, before we get out of here tonight. It's always good to see people like you and everyone that's been. Well, it must be a pitch count. He must have got his limit. Looks like they're changing pitchers. Outstanding job by Preston. I think it's Eli Crecilius.
Eli Crecilius coming in. So help me out, Coach. How many innings did Watlington go? I guess it would be 3 2/3. Is that right?
3 in the bottom of the 4th. 3 2/3, Craig.
3 2/3.
Exactly right. Gave up what, 1 hit?
Gave up 1 hit, no runs, 1 hit. So very good outing by Preston Watlington.
Matt Schneider, our pitching coach, has got to be overjoyed with Preston's. He really threw well.
So 3 2/3 of scoreless baseball, and this early in the season, you want to see who can go for you, and I'm sure that Preston Watlington, I'm sure that Coach Allison and Coach Snyder, the pitching coach, very proud and pleased with what they've seen from their senior pitcher, Preston Watlington,
no
tonight.
Doubt. Plus start for Preston. Proud to see that.
And, Coach, who did you say is coming in?
Eli Crecilius. Eli's a sophomore, I think.
Okay.
Yes, sophomore. He pitched a little bit for us last year. He loves baseball. He was basketball, baseball. Now he's just baseball.
Eli Crecilius, and he is going to be facing Kobe Miller.
He's got a good arm.
Coach, you mentioned Brian Webb, Brian Carter earlier. We had just a great group of young men and a great group of parents back then.
Oh, yes.
And
your parents were good.
Phenomenal.
Jeff Wicker's parents were outstanding, and Phil Carter.
Phil and
Brian,
Karen. And
yes,
the Webbs are down here.
The Webbs.
Still, they're supporting their grandson just like they did their son. They're down here. Just a great group of people. Kobe Miller stands in against Eli Crecilius. Kobe 0 for 1. Grounded out to the pitcher in his first at-bat. First pitch to Miller is a strike on the outside corner. Fastball. 0-1 the count to the Raider first baseman. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball. Kobe able to hold up. 1-1
pitch.
count.
Good job by the hitter.
Here's the 1-1 to Kobe Miller. It's a fastball away. Pretty good velocity on that one. That ball had a little giddy up on it.
Yeah, had a little run on it. Ran away from Kobe.
He did not chase. 2-1 the count to Kobe Miller. Here's the 2-1. That's a strike on the outside corner. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to count.
If pitchers can make a living there, they're going to be very successful. That ball is a tough pitch to hit.
Here's the 2-2. And he swings and misses, strikes out. So 3 up, 3 down go the Raiders in the 4th inning. We've played 4. Your score, Valley View 8, Nettleton 0. 5th inning when we come back. Raider baseball on NTV.
We are Raiders. Bum ba dum bum 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 bum.
Did you hear that? Yeah, it sounds like we're in a Raider Pride ad. That means something awesome's about to happen.
Raider Pride, brother. Fire the thing in here. Dinger!
Hey, run.
At Nettleton, we got that Raider pride.
Because Raider Pride is justified.
We are Raiders. Bum ba dum bum 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 bum.
What the heck?
Say being a Raider is about more than just going to school. They say being a Raider is about our community, about tradition. Kindergarten at Nettleton is about teachers that I love, learning that is fun. It's really about pride in what we do and who we are becoming. Raider Pride is justified. Raider Pride forever.
Nettleton Raiders present Messing with Miller.
There he is. Let's get him. Let's go get that jabroni. Y'all check this out.
Nettleton High School, feed your Raider pride.
And we welcome you back to Raider Field, where we've got a pitching change here in the top of the 5th inning. The lefty from Nettleton, Kobe Miller. Eight to nothing the score in the 5th inning. Now we got it right, and that's Kobe Miller, number 12. He's coming in his first appearance of the year. And he's going to be facing the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Blazers. It's going to be Kason Becker, Ryan Collins, and Slade Caldwell if Coach Allison leaves his starters in. Throw down to second base, and we're ready to get underway.
Same catcher.
So Kason Becker will be leading off, and he will be the first to face the left-hander, Kobe Miller. The first pitch is in the dirt, 1-0 the count to Becker. Becker is 0 for 1 on the day. He did reach base on a walk in the 3rd inning. Here's the 1-0 in the dirt, and 2-0. Kobe is falling behind in the count. Both pitches in the dirt. That's not a good way to make friends with your catcher.
Tools of ignorance.
They call him that for a reason. 2-0, there's your strike, and he
good pitch.
Fouls
good
it
swing.
back. 2-1, the count. Yeah, they call them the tools of ignorance, and appreciate the guys who are willing to get back there and do it.
It's a tough job, but somebody has to do it.
Here's the 2-1. Like he took a little something off of that
Yes,
one.
it did.
It's a ball, 3-1 to Becker. Ford Raffo got the start, then Webb, now Miller. So here's the 3-1. Ball in the dirt, and it's ball 4. So a leadoff walk to Becker. He trots down and to first base. It brings up Ryan Collins, and he's running all the way to second base. Makes it in safely. So the ball got past the catcher. And
aggressive
Coach
base Dustin
running.
Jones.
For sure. And
And it helps. It helps when you can run too. I
Absolutely.
mean, you can be aggressive when you got kids that can run, and they're taught how to use that speed.
Absolutely. And Kason Becker, it was all gas, no brakes all the way, and he's on second base with a leadoff walk that he stretched into a stretch. He stretched a leadoff walk into a double. Ryan Collins now at the plate. Collins is 1 for 2. Popped up to the catcher his last at bat. A great play by Will Jensen.
Yes, the catcher made an outstanding play battling the screen and the netting, and outstanding play.
Here's the 1-0 to Collins.
Kason made a great play, and your catcher did too. I mean, those are two best defensive plays we've seen tonight.
Yes. Yes, sir. It's Will Jensen and Kason Becker showing off with the glove. 2-0 the count to Ryan Collins. Kobe Miller looks at the runner, and runner is going high. Throw down to third, also high, and that's a stolen base, Kason Becker. Coach, during the next break, we'll have to count up how many stolen bases the Blazers have tonight. It's probably 8 or 9, I would say.
There's a bunch.
3-0 the count to Ryan Collins.
Good pitch.
It's a strike.
Good
outside
pitch, yes.
Outside corner, and 3-1 now the count to Collins. These two guys played on the same team, I believe, back in coaches or machine pitch. Here's the 3-1. That's a high strike, but at the letters, it is in the strike zone. 3-2 now the count.
That's a really good pitch. That ball had some movement on it. I don't know if it was a curveball or cutter, but it had some movement.
Everything he throws has a little bit of movement.
Most left-handers do.
3-2, and that ball just outside. So Kobe battled back, but lost Collins. The first two batters have reached here in the 5th inning, both by the way of a walk. And now then, with runners at the corners and nobody out, the top of the Blazers lineup comes to the plate in the person of Slade Caldwell. He ripped a double his last at-bat. He's 1 for 3, struck out his first appearance, flew out to center field his second. Lefty on lefty matchup, just like Coach Despain drew it up.
Kobe needs to throw to first. That's a big lead over there. It's a good swing.
He
a little bit of a mix-up.
Yeah, a little back. He threw it back to the pitcher, and Kobe let it go through.
I guess the catcher thought he was running, maybe. I couldn't really tell.
I think Kobe thought he was running too, because he let that ball go through. In any event, no harm,
and
no
Kobe
foul.
kind of grinned at him after the play was over.
0-1. The pitch was a strike.
Kobe needs to throw to first, keep everybody honest.
See if he does that. Nope, he comes home, slide step. Boy, it's cranked out to center field. Ken Warren McShann makes the play. Runner from third, breaking home, and that's a sacrifice fly for Slade Caldwell. Sacrifice fly 8. That's the first out of the inning, as Kason Becker trots home with the 9th run of the game for the Blazers. It's 9-0 Valley View. That'll bring up Jackson Stotts. Stotts is 1 for 2 on the day, has a single, reached on an error in the first inning, came around to score. He also walked and scored in the second.
Looks like he's had 1 RBI today.
Kobe's first pitch to Stotts is a strike.
Best pitch in baseball, Craig. First pitch strike.
Yes, sir.
it's outstanding. You get ahead of the hitters, puts them on the defensive side.
It's amazing. It's 0-1, and runner going. They got him picked off.
Yeah, they got him
throw
picked
to first,
off.
second. He's caught stealing, so we'll call that 1-3-6 on the putout. Caught stealing is Ryan Collins. That's the second out of the inning, and that's an advantage that a left-handed pitcher has, Coach. They have a A lot better look at that runner, and it's tough to run on a left-handed pitcher.
That's a good throw by, is that Brandon Webb at first? Who is it?
That's a good question, Coach. Did not. Yes, that is Landon Webb. They put Landon Webb in
I'm
third.
sorry.
Yep.
Landon. Yes, he made a strong, accurate throw. Nice catch and tag by the shortstop.
Maddox Sampton.
Okay.
Here's the 1-1. Fouled. Back to the backstop, and it is 1-2. So Kobe one pitch away from getting out of this inning with minimal damage. The Blazers have plated one. They lead 9-0. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Jackson Stotts. Fastball wide, and outside is 2-2 to count to Stotts. Thought he might try a backdoor curveball right there, but that ball stayed outside.
Sailed on him.
Here's the 2-2. Might have been the breaking ball right there. Fouled out of play. We'll do the 2-2 again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases empty. Valley View up 9-0 here in the top of the 5th inning.
Craig, is the catcher calling the pitches, or are they coming from the dugout?
Catcher is calling the pitches.
I think you're exactly right. He did not look into the dugouts.
2-2.
Ooh.
Just missed outside. Kobe wanted that one.
I can see why. I can see why he wanted it.
Shakes his head just a little bit.
Yeah.
And goes back to work. Payoff pitch on the way. Foul tip. We'll do it again. And Coach, that is that's something that I like about the way Coach Despain handles the ball club. He lets the catchers call the game. And I know that's kind of rare in high school baseball these days. Most times,
very rare.
You see most catchers look over every pitch.
Exactly.
And get that call from the coach. Here's the 3-2. Just missed, a little high, maybe a little outside, and that's a walk to Jackson Stotts, and that'll bring up Grayson Becker.
I think Grayson had a single his last time, drove in a run maybe.
Yes, sir, he did. Yes, sir, he did. He is 1 for 2 on the night with an RBI single. Reached on a fielder's choice. He's actually reached 3 times.
Yes, he has. Grayson was a good receiver for us in football. Runs really well. Good hands. Good young man.
That ball gets away from Willie Jensen. I believe it did bounce before, so he almost took 2 bases on that wild pitch.
That was aggressive base running. They looked like that second one. They know sometimes they're going to get the first one. They're always looking to take that extra base if the team happens to fall asleep, which the catcher did a good job of picking that up.
So Stotts is at second. Here's the 1-0 to Becker. Steve Wright called 1-1 to count.
Craig, is that a curveball, cutter? What that ball's moving, or is it just a fastball
Coach,
that moves?
I believe it's a fastball that moves.
That cuts it natural.
It does break in on the right hander.
Yeah, it moves in. It's got some movement on it.
Just some natural movement. He's always been that way.
I like for the ball to come in there straight. Those guys that threw it crooked and made it move, I did not appreciate that.
Hitters don't like it.
No,
sure.
This hitter didn't.
Here's the 1-1. Swinging a fly ball to right field. I believe it's going to find the bleachers. A souvenir for one of the many fans here at Raider Field for this crosstown showdown. 1-2 now the count to Becker. And it seems like for whatever reason, a left-hander's ball just has a little more natural movement on it.
I have read, and it's been a long time ago, the article that I read mentioned the equator, believe it or not. So it was over my head in a hurry.
That's something I didn't expect to hear in the whole.
Yep. Like I said, it's but most left-handers, some left-handers have trouble throwing it straight. It just automatically, or not automatically, but for whatever reason, it does move.
Here's the 2-2. Steer. That's a ball. That's a ball. Just.
If I'm a coach, pitcher, catcher, I am wanting that pitch.
No doubt about it. And I believe Mr. Purcell, whenever he watches the replay, he'll probably say, well, that might have been one I should have gave to the pitcher. Here's the payoff pitch.
Runner going, and it's foul.
Fouled back, so battling at the plate is Becker.
When I go and check my umpires for baseball and or softball, the first thing I always tell them, I said, what are the keys tonight, guys? And they'll look at me and I said, outs and strikes, that gets us out. Outs and strikes gets us home.
That's exactly right. That's exactly
Keep the game moving, roll it, make the batter swing. It makes it much more pleasant.
Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. They say the ball don't lie, Coach, and that's the third out of the inning. The Blazers do pick up a run, and we're heading to the bottom of the fifth inning. It's Valley View 9, Nettleton 0, back in 60 with more Raider baseball on NTV.
Say that whatever it takes for every child, but really we mean that. You know, it's not something that we just say, and we don't take that lightly. At the end of the day, I want them to love school. I want them to love and appreciate that our school is willing to go above and beyond to do whatever we can to teach them. But my bottom line goal is to teach them to love school and love learning and become a lifelong learner, just like I try to be.
I'm a little bit country.
I'm a little bit rock and roll.
I love the high-toe feeling of a bird pride call.
When I sing my alma mater, I feel it all night long.
I love my school with all my heart and soul.
I know I'm gonna be all right.
Wherever I go.
I'm a little bit country.
And a little bit rock and roll.
Are you worried about losing your Raider pride? Then you need Raider Pride Alert. Just press the button on the class of '89 Spirit Stick, and we will send help immediately.
Raider Pride Alert.
Help! My Raider pride is falling and it can't get up!
It's okay, Miss Timmerman. Help is on the way.
Turn up, turn up! Raider Pride, we got some. Raider Pride, we got
To order your Raider Pride Alert, just call 1-800-RP-ALERT. Raider Pride is justified.
Looking for a school can be like super overwhelming. You kind of have those fears.
And we welcome you back to Raider Baseball on NTV. 9-0 Blazers in the bottom of the fifth inning. Ken Warren McShann leading off for Nettleton. And make sure I'm saying this young man's name right. Eli Crusilius. Still on the mound for Valley View.
Still got some pop on the ball.
Still does. And that's, like you said, Coach, the best pitch in baseball. The
First pitch
strike. And he's ahead of the count 0-1 to Kenny Mack.
Craig, we get a chance here. I want to let everybody know, and I know what an outstanding teacher, Miss Bobby Timmerman. My thoughts and prayers go out to her right now.
Absolutely.
And she's had some illness issues, and love that lady to death, and everybody at Nettleton. She is Nettleton, Craig.
Legend. Icon.
Yes. I mean,
Icon.
What a great lady, and nothing but good thoughts and good prayers to get her healthy,
Yes.
get her back.
Yes, she is in the rehab hospital, Encompass Rehab Hospital, and the word I got today is she is doing better,
Great.
was looking good, in good spirits. But yes,
What a wonderful lady.
Just the best, no doubt about it.
Craig, Eli is throwing strike after strike after
Sure
strike
is.
with a little velocity and a good break when he throws his breaking ball.
He sure is. And he's
Matt Snyder's got to be impressed so far with the two pitchers that Valley View has run out there. Good breaking ball.
That's a good breaking ball. He doesn't get the call.
No, he didn't, but it was a good pitch.
That was a very good 0-1 offering. Zach Bishop. Zach, with good discipline, able to hold off on that. 1-1 now to count. Here's the 1-1. Steve Wright called, and as you said, Coach, he's just pounding that strike zone.
He's filling it full. Pitching coaches are smiling when that happens.
Especially when it's a sophomore doing that.
Yes, yes.
Here's the 1-2. Ball just a high, a little bit outside, but, Coach, that's a good 1-2 pitch.
It was. Let's see what he throws 2-2. Looks like they're going inside.
2-2, he swings through it, so down goes Bishop on strikes, and that brings up Ethan Duffel. So Crusilius has faced 3 batters. He struck out 3 batters.
I like the way Eli looks right now. He's really got command of his pitches. I've not seen him throw a straight change or anything, but his fastball and breaking ball have been outstanding.
Ethan Duffel, a little flare to right field. The right fielder is there, however, and he
Played
makes
perfect.
the play. That is Carter Salisbury, and 3 up, 3 down go the Raiders, but Ethan Duffel's got to be jogging back to the dugout saying, I put the ball in play. And the Raiders down in order in the bottom of the 5th. We've played 5. Head into the 6th inning. Your score, Valley View 9, Nettleton 0. Back with more Raider baseball on NTV in 60 seconds.
Say that whatever it takes for every child, but really we mean that. You know, it's not something that we just say, and we don't take that lightly. At the end of the day, I want them to love school. I want them to love and appreciate that our school is willing to go above and beyond to do whatever we can to teach them. But my bottom line goal is to teach them to love school and love learning and become a lifelong learner, just like I try to be.
I'm a little bit country.
I'm a little bit rock and roll.
I love that high-toe feeling of a bird drop call.
When I sing my alma mater, I feel it all night long.
I love my school with all my heart and soul.
I know I'm gonna be all right.
Wherever I go.
I'm a little bit country.
And a little bit rock and roll.
Are you worried about losing your Raider pride? Then you need Raider Pride Alert. Just press the button on the class of '89 Spirit stick, and we will send help immediately.
Raider Pride Alert.
Help! My Raider pride is falling and it can't get up!
It's okay, Miss Timmerman. Help is on the way.
Turn up, turn up! Raider Pride, we got some. Raider Pride, we got some.
To order your Raider Pride Alert, just call 1-800-RP-ALERT. Raider Pride is justified.
Looking for a school can be like super overwhelming. You kind of have those fears as a parent that, oh my gosh, the school that I'm gonna pick, it's gonna determine their future and everything else. You know, it's a big choice.
And you can see where he lands.
We welcome you back to Raider Field. Kobe Miller still on the mound for the Raiders. He'll be facing Salisbury, Ward, and
good pitch.
Maybe a pinch hitter. It's Watlington is who it's supposed to be, but we've had a pitching change, so we'll see who they send up third. He's ahead in the count, 0-1, the first pitch strike. Here's the next pitch from Miller, just a little bit low.
Nice pitch. Right around the zone. That's where you want it. Keep the ball around the zone.
Good discipline by Salisbury laying off that one. Here is the 1-1 from Miller. In the dirt, and Will Jensen keeps it in front. That is, again, Coach, that's not a good way to make friends with you, catcher. Those 58-footers.
Whoever invented face masks and shin guards need a pat on the back.
No doubt about that. Here's the 2-1.
Good pitch.
Steve Wright called it. Look, it might have been it looked almost like a backdoor breaking ball, but I believe that was his fastball. It just naturally kind of tails in on the right-hander. 2-2 the count. Miller gets the sign he wants. Here's the 2-2. That was the breaking ball right there, and it was a little bit high. So full count. Good to see him having the confidence to throw his breaking ball on the 2-2 count. Here's the payoff pitch. High.
Just missed a little up.
Just missed a leadoff walk to Salisbury. And that'll bring up Lawson Ward.
Salisbury, I have him down, Craig? He's walked twice, struck out, and hit by pitch. Been on base 3 times. Is that what you have, or do you have something different?
Coach, I got walked twice, 1 strikeout, and a hit by pitch.
Okay. Yep. It's a big lead.
Throw down to second base, and he is safe. Coach, that's the 14th stolen base of the night for the Blazers.
Colby's going to have to throw to first base. He's got to get to where he can keep those runners a little bit close. He did a while ago and ended up in an out. He picked the runner off and caught the runner leaning and going.
Here's the 0-1 to Ward. It's
got it in on his hands.
Fouled back out of play, 0-2 the count. And, Coach, if you look at the monitor there, you got Danny White, Kobe's grandfather watching and his grandmother.
All
so
right, good.
They get
Good
to
people.
see
Good people.
Oh, no doubt about it. Good folks. They're proud of
Good
the grandson.
supporters.
Long look at the runner. Here's the 0-2. Swinging a foul ball out of play to Lawson Ward. Ward's got 2 hits on the night. And he grounded out to the first baseman, 2 for 3. He's behind in the count, 0-2 to Kobe Miller. Kobe shakes off the first sign and gets the sign he wants. Here's the 0-2. Runner going. Throw down to third. Not in time.
Good job of the third baseman. That ball was up a little bit.
No doubt about it. Ethan Duffel saved a run right there.
He had some jump in his legs. That ball was up, and he saved the run.
Saved a run, and that's a significant run, Coach, because that would have been the 10th run. The Raiders don't score in the bottom half of this inning. That would be the run rule run. Here's the 1-2 to Lawson Ward. Swinging a fly ball to center field. That should get the run across. Ken Warren McShann makes the play.
Strong throw, but up the line.
Yep. And that is a sac fly for Ward. First out of the inning, and it makes the Valley View lead 10-0.
Nice play by the center fielder. Strong throw. If it had been accurate, there would have been a nice play at the plate.
And that will bring up Watlington, the starting pitcher. He calls time, and he's batting with the bases empty and 1 down. Not sure what the issue was there, Coach.
Eli came in for him, so I think he's hitting in Eli's place.
Re-entry.
Yes,
re-entry.
I think.
Swinging a ground ball down the third base line, and it's
trouble.
Yep, it's off the third baseman's glove. That's a base hit. He's thinking 2, and he is in safely with a stand-up double.
Third baseman made a gallant effort. Got his glove on it. Very similar to the play we saw Kaysen Becker make in the first inning. Unfortunately, the third baseman didn't snare it and got past him for a stand-up double.
They call it the hot corner for a reason. That ball was hit hard right down the line. Heck of an effort by Duffel.
It was an outstanding effort. Almost made a great play.
That'll bring up Cannon Jones. Cannon's got 3 RBIs on the night on a couple of singles. That's what I got him down as, Coach.
I never had 3 RBIs in a month, Craig.
I know better than that. I know better than that.
Athletic family, the Joneses.
Very good family. Very good family. Tough to keep up with the Joneses. They're good folks.
I had the fortune to coach Bart, who's an optometrist here in Jonesboro, and then maybe has a practice, I think, in Mark Tree also. He was an outstanding first baseman. First baseman and Jones goes hand in hand.
That's right.
His dad was an outstanding. Barry was an outstanding first baseman.
Bart, very good pitcher as well.
Yep.
Did you coach him in American Legion ball? Is that where you would have
Yes,
coached him?
Yes, I coached him in American Legion.
Okay. The 2-0, swinging a ground ball towards short, cut off by the third baseman. Ethan Duffel fires across. Nice play there. Try to get the runner at third. Over his head. And the runner comes in. So 5-3 on the putout, and E3 on the throw across, and the 11th run comes in. That is 11-0 the score. Valley View with the lead. Nice play over there by Ethan Duffel to retire the speedy Cannon Jones. It'll bring up Kaysen Becker. Just missed with the first delivery, so Kobe is behind 1-0. Becker 0 for 1 with a couple of walks.
Good pitch, really good pitch. Tied him up, he couldn't get around on it. Ball had some movement and
clipped that inside corner.
It did from middle of the plate in. If he'd hit it, it'd come off his thumbs.
Here's the 1-1. Another strike from Miller. Looked like a fastball that tailed in over the heart of the plate. Looked like it was going to be outside. 1-2 the count.
Craig, I like your son's arm. He's got a chance to be a pretty good pitcher. Got a chance to be a pretty good pitcher.
Here's the 1-2 from him. Just outside. Becker almost offered at it.
Yes, he did.
Good eye there by Kason Becker. 2-2. He works hard at it, Coach.
Yes, good.
He has always put in the effort for sure. He's got some limitations because of his paternal genetics.
His mom was an outstanding athlete.
His mom was a Division I athlete, an outstanding athlete. His father has kind of watered down the gene pool a little bit. Full count. Payoff pitch. Swing and a shot to left center field. That's a gapper, and that's trouble. That's extra bases. Becker rounds first.
Got too much of the plate, Craig.
And Becker made him pay. So second double in the inning. It puts the runner on second with 2 outs, and that'll bring up Ryan Collins. Collins 1 for 2 on the night. He does have a walk in the mix.
Did he have a bunt single his first time, Craig?
He sure did.
Okay.
Sure did. Good looking bunt.
Yes, it was. And he can run, which helps.
Yep. 1-0, and I get the feeling, I know a lot of times the strategy in lineup construction as Kobe comes across with the strike is your 9-hole hitter, you want to make it kind of like a second leadoff man as you turn the lineup over. I have a feeling that's what's going on with Ryan Collins batting ninth. He knows how to handle the bat. I can
knows
tell
how to handle the bat, and he can run, which is a big plus.
Here's the 1-1.
Oh, good pitch.
Just missed. 2-1, and Collins, who knows his strike zone well, laid off. The 2-1 from Miller. Up and in, ball 3. 3-1. The count.
Craig, when does Nettleton play again?
Coach, that's a good question. I believe it may be Tuesday, but do not hold me to that. We do not play tomorrow. I know that. 3-1, and he misses high. And looks like Kobe may be laboring a little bit out there.
He's getting a little bit tired, and early in the year you expect that.
That'll bring up Slade Caldwell, and Preston Despain is going to make a mound visit. Don't know if we'll have a pitching change or if he's just going to try to encourage him.
I know Preston would love for him to get out of this inning, but he's tiring a little bit. But lefty on lefty.
Maybe worth leaving him in for that reason.
Maybe. We'll see.
Caldwell awaits whoever the pitcher is. He is, by my count, Coach, he is 1 for 3 with a double and a sacrifice fly. He has laced a couple of balls pretty well. The Rivercrest at home Tuesday, as our crack staff here in the booth is got that. That's when Nettleton's next game is. It's at home Tuesday against Rivercrest. And we will have the game live for you on NTV, but definitely encourage you to come out to the ballpark.
Valley View opens their conference season Tuesday with a doubleheader against Nettleton. Against Blytheville,
It's Blytheville, and that's a program that was really good in the late 80s.
Oh.
But they have, they're not near as good as what they once were, Coach.
The program has suffered.
With the loss of that Air Force base.
Did not help any at all.
No doubt about it. 1-0 the count to Caldwell.
Good pitch.
Fastball clips the outside corner. Is 1-1. I'll tell you this, in '89 they had a heck of a team. We faced them in the district championship, and man, that was a dang good high school baseball team. 1-1 the count. Inside corner, nice pitch.
That was.
Caldwell was looking for something different, and it is 1-2.
Blytheville, I was fortunate enough to play for Dwight Williams' Legion team over there for a couple of years, and I had a chance to play with some outstanding players.
Foul ball, foul back. 1-2 remains the count, including Mark Littell.
Mark Littell played obviously with the Kansas City and St. Louis Cardinals.
Right. Closer. Outstanding bullpen guy.
Randy Smith played in a Angel organization and got up to Double-A before he was released. He was an outstanding pitcher. Had both of them on the same team. Needless to say, we were pretty good.
That's
Craig.
a pretty good team. That is a pretty good team.
Had another young man that played in the Kansas City organization that was also second baseman. D. Human was on that team.
Swinging the ground ball to the first baseman.
Colby, you got to get over there. You didn't have to. You're going to have to correct him on that,
I'm going to have to. Matter of fact, you do it right now, Coach, while I write 3 unassisted.
Anytime a ball's hit to that side, that pitcher's got to he's got to be going that way in case the ball is not fielded properly or it kicks away from the first baseman. That pitcher, that's his job. That's and I'm sure the coach is looking at him right now and telling him. So that's good coaching right there.
Yep, you can see they're telling him in some animated fashion that you got to get over there and cover that bag. So appreciate the correction for sure.
Yes.
And he'll know next time.
Exactly.
The Blazers score 2. We've played 6, and yes, Coach, I'm sorry, we've played 5. We're heading to the 6, and your score is Valley View 11, Nettleton nothing. Back in 60 seconds with more Raider baseball on NTV.
Up, C?
Nothing, chilling, watching the game on TV.
True.
Raider Pride! Raider Pride! Hey, yo, who's that?
Yo, pick up the phone.
Raider Pride! Raider Pride! Raider Pride! Yo, where Dookie? Yo, Dookie!
Yo.
Raider Pride! Raider Pride!
So what's up, C?
Nothing, chilling, watching the game on TV.
True.
Noticed it when he started school here at Nettleton.
There he is.
So we're going to pick up today chapter 23. Can anybody tell me what page that's on?
89.
Salo, why are you the way that you are?
But you know, some of the stuff he does is actually pretty cool.
Here's some Jimmy.
Raider Pride can't save you from becoming Mr. Miller, but it can give you the best high school experience ever. Raider Pride is justified.
Hey. What up, C?
Nothing, chilling, watching the game on TV.
True.
Raider Pride! Raider Pride!
Hey, yo, who's that?
And we welcome you back to Raider Baseball on NTV. Carson McFarland will be leading off, and we got a new pitcher. Lawson Ward has moved from catcher to pitcher. Kaysen Becker has moved from third base to catcher. And Watlington is at third base. Did I say all that right, Coach?
You got it exactly right, Craig.
So Carson McFarland at the plate, and the first pitch from Ward is a ball outside. Looks like he throws the ball with pretty good velocity.
I talked to Coach Snyder the other day, and they've been impressed. They said that Lawson has made a big jump from his 9th grade year to his 10th grade year as far as pitching and velocity.
The 1-0 pitch, the ball high, and McFarland ahead in the count, 2-0. Blazers just 3 outs away from a run rule victory here. It's 11-0. The Raiders got to score at least 2 runs to keep this game going. McFarland, who is pinch hitting for Maddox Hampton, and he's a little bit late on that one.
It might have been a ball. That's up a little bit.
A little bit up.
But when the ball's up, it's closer to your eyes, and you have a tendency to swing, according to Paul LaDuca, which I never thought of that, but I did hear him say that one day, and it does make a little bit of sense.
It does make sense.
Same pitch he laid off.
Laid off that one, so he learned his lesson.
Yes, he did.
3-1 now the count to McFarland. And that's one thing the Blazer pitchers have done all day, Coach. They have just filled up that strike zone.
Would this be the first walk?
This would be the first walk if he does so. And it is the first walk. So McFarland trots down to first base with the free pass, and that'll bring up Willie Jensen. Or it should bring up Willie Jensen. Actually, it's not. We're going to have a pinch hitter. Caleb McLean pinch hitting. Caleb McLean for Will Jensen. Has coached to Spain with the Raiders down 11-0. He's given some of his reserves a chance to see some action. First pitch to McLean is a strike called. Coach, before that walk, the Blazers have just faced one over the minimum.
Eli and Preston, they did an outstanding job.
Very good job. 0-1.
Good pitch there. Just fastballs. Here it is. See if you can hit it.
Yep. And McLean just a little tardy on it. 0-2 the pitch.
Be interesting on this pitch. See if he can find his rhythm. Will they come with a breaking ball or something off speed, or will they just stay with the fastball that he's thrown the previous 2 times? We'll see what Coach Snyder does.
Like breaking ball and just
didn't miss much.
No, he didn't. He didn't. Good idea.
It was.
Backdoor breaking ball.
Just
missed his location a little bit.
Missed on the outside part of the plate just a little. If I were the hitter, I would be looking fastball, Craig.
1-2 the count. Let's see what he does. Runner on first, nobody out. Raiders down 11-0. Here's the 1-2. Runner going. Ball.
And stolen base.
And it's a stolen base for McFarland. So runner on second and nobody down. Raiders with just their second runner in scoring position for the whole game. Ethan Duffel singled in the 3rd inning and stole a base. They have not had a runner past second base the entire game. 2-2 the count to Caleb McLean. Lawson Ward kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That's the first out of the inning, and it'll bring up the top of the lineup, Seth Bishop. Bishop 0 for 2. He was robbed in his first at-bat.
He definitely was.
By Kason Becker, who's behind the plate right now. He made a diving play and threw him out. It kind of set the tone for the game for the Blazers. They've kind of mowed through this Raider batting lineup without any damage. First pitch is ball outside to Bishop. McFarland on second. He walked and stole a base. He stands there at second base with 1 out. Here's the 1-0 to Bishop. Swing and a miss. That's that high fastball that you were talking about, Coach.
Yes.
That looks awfully good to a hitter.
Until the catcher catches it and you swing through it.
Hard to lay off of that.
It is. It is. Paul LaDuca knew what he was talking about.
And Ward's bringing it up at pretty good velocity.
All 3 pitchers for Valley View have thrown.
We don't have access to a radar gun up here. I noticed your coaches were setting up a radar gun down there.
I see that, but I can't see what it's saying on there.
I can't hardly read my scorebook in front of me.
Well, I understand.
2-1 to count to Bishop. We've got a scoreboard built in. We've got a radar gun built into the scoreboard here, but the coach, I think he didn't like his pitchers looking back after every pitch, seeing how fast they were throwing.
I can understand that. Kids try to do too much sometimes. Nice fastball by Lawson.
Evens the count up at 2-2.
Swing and a miss. Oh, Craig, that popcorn smells delicious.
Well, it really does. Really does. That's
the old ballpark. Popcorn, hamburgers.
Everything tastes better at the ballpark.
Oh, golly.
Here's the 2-2 to Bishop. Steve Wright called and right down central. That was a good pitch.
People will not. The young people will not remember this name, but Lawson's got a little Jim Bouton in him. Jim Bouton pitched for the Yankees in Houston, and every time he threw, his hat would fall off. So,
is he the guy that wrote ball 4?
Yes. He opened some eyes with ball 4.
Didn't make many friends with that.
No, he
boat,
didn't.
Did
He sold some of his teammates under the river or down the river.
So the Raiders' last hope at the plate, potential last hope, with Ford Raffo, freshman, got the start on the mound and suffered from some defensive miscues by his teammates. Had a little bit of a rough outing, and he got moved to right field.
But it'll be good experience, and that's
Absolutely.
what it takes. It takes experience, getting the field.
Absolutely. He's ahead in the count 2-0. Goes back to the screen, and so on the wild pitch, Carson McFarland advances to third base. The Raiders have a runner on third for the first time tonight.
Craig, it shows you how old I am. I was doing lunch duty with a couple of my other coaches today, and one of the kids said something, and I said, "That's a yogiism." And he kind of looked at me, and I said, "Do you know who Yogi is?" He said, "Yogi Bear."
Wow.
I said, well, you got close, Yogi Berra.
Yep, they named Yogi Berra after Yogi Berra. Wow. Yeah, it's a generation that does not know Yogi Berra.
He had some sayings.
Hilarious.
Oh,
Hilarious.
funny. And I really don't think he was trying to be funny. But they came out that way.
2-1 to count. Yeah, when you come to a fork in the road,
take it. People don't go eat there anymore because it's too crowded.
So good.
Oh, yeah.
Yogi Berra.
What a player. 10 World Series rings.
More than any other catcher.
Amazing.
No doubt about it. So he could play.
And he was not your prototype athlete.
No.
Short, squatty.
3-1. He says with his ears, he looked like a taxi cab with both doors open. So Ford Raffo works a walk. So glad to have the Raffos in Nettleton School District.
His dad's a great person.
No
great
doubt.
person.
His oldest sister, I should say.
Miss Arkansas?
Miss Arkansas, Claudia Raffo.
Wow.
And his younger sister, Anna Raffo, just a wonderful young lady as well. Just salt of the earth people up and down.
Yes.
His parents,
when he first got here, I had a chance to visit with him, and he was so complimentary of the Nettleton school system, how clean it was, and how impressed they were when they visited schools.
We are very proud to have the Raffo family and their youngest child, Ford Raffo, a freshman. He's on first base. Runners at the corners now with 2 outs. The 3-hole hitter, Landon Webb, at the plate. Landon 0 for 2, but he has put the ball in play twice, sharply the first time. Raiders are running, throw down to second. That's going to be how the game ends.
Yep.
Caught stealing. Becker getting the job done. He got a good arm. He proved that throwing the ball across.
Yes.
Caught stealing 2-4, and that's how the game ends. Your final score is Valley View 11, Nettleton 0. And Coach, Blazers pitching wins ball games, and I believe that's the story.
It's hard to win when you put zeros on the board, and all 3 pitchers did a really good job. I know Coach Snyder will be absolutely ecstatic the way Preston and Eli and Lawson threw the ball tonight. Good velocity, moved it around, and good things. That's good to see for our program out at Valley View.
Coach, is this the first game of the season for y'all?
We played Gosnell this past Tuesday night, and 13-0 won that ball game. So they're 2-0 and they've not given up a run yet. We, like I said, I think we have Blytheville, a doubleheader at home next Tuesday. And we'll just go from there, and hopefully the weather will stay with us. And what a beautiful night! And Craig, I thank you so much for having me up here. It's always good to get back and see people. And again, thoughts and prayers for Miss Timmerman. Let's get her well and get her where she needs to be. What a lovely lady, and what a asset to Nettleton school system Bobby Timmerman is.
No doubt about it. And what an asset to Valley View school system Coach Valerie is, the athletic director.
Thank you, Craig.
I had a great time talking baseball with you tonight and calling the game with you.
Good job, guys.
The Blazers win this one 11-0, and they are on their way to defending the state championship. Congratulations to them. We're going to do it again Tuesday as Rivercrest comes to take on the Raiders. And hey, Coach, I know you got other duties, but you're welcome to come call color with me in that Rivercrest game too.
Well, we'll be at home that night, so I'll stay there and support us out there, and I'll catch y'all on the road somewhere, no doubt, before the year's out.
Coach, thank you so much for
Craig,
sitting
so
in
much
with me. You bet. Have a great evening. That's the great Coach Tommy Fowler, and he is kind enough to call color tonight. He's going to go take care of some administrative duties for his Blazers, Coach Allison and Coach Snyder, and they get the win tonight. You okay, Coach? And we appreciate Coach Fowler. We appreciate you tuning in. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a break. The JV game is coming up, and we're going to be bringing the JV game to you. Brady Wade is going to be calling it. Jacob Boyle's calling color. Is that the plan, or is Austin going to call color, or is Blake calling color? I think it's Blake calling color. Trust me when I say you're going to want to hang around for the JV game. So we'll take a break and we'll reset. We'll just actually stay right here and we'll let the ground crew do their job, and we'll have the JV game for you coming up momentarily. So Blazers win the first game. JV coming up. Raider baseball on NTV.